Welcome back, you guys. It's good to see you all back. Hopefully, some of you start joining in, and just want to welcome you all to another episode of RG22 Outdoor Adventures live, and going to be making another musky bait. This one's going to be an ice cold shad, and I'm probably going to add some of my touches that you guys have seen in other videos. So let's get started, and hopefully people start filtering in as this video gets going. Okay, so here we are with this nice St. Clair shad pattern that I've been carving and making. I've got it all primered in white. And the very first color I think I'm going to do is, we're going to do chartreuse in here. And then an orange belly, black stripes with some gold scales, and then white and white. So I think we need to find a template so we can start getting this part painted with our chartreuse. Hey, Steve. How we doing, buddy? So I'm going to do some painting here. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Oh, let's see. Where's the head template at? I should be more prepared when I do these. Well, I guess that kind of might work. We'll see if we have an actual one. That's good. I'm glad you're doing well. Trying to get this painting going here. I think that might work. Let's do that. Okay, so got the airbrush all cleaned out here, and let's get started on this. Thank you. I enjoy making them. Okay, so we've got some chartreuse as our first paint. And we're going to probably take this off the holder. It's a lot easier holding the stencil when we are trying to do some painting here. All right, so how do we want to do this? I guess we can do it like that. Oh, Mars is back. Oh, we got the old crew, the OGs. Oh, that works. Okay, so let's get this all lined up over here. I need to do this so you guys can see it. There we go. Okay, now we are going to do that. Okay, I think that will work right just like that. If not, we will make it work. Oh, that's pretty tough to do, Steve. And my hats off to you, buddy. Hopefully things are going well with your father-in-law. Oh, here goes the air compressor. Now let's keep painting. I'm just going to go all the way to the end here. You know what? I know what I'm doing. We're going to just paint this all chartreuse. And I have no idea. I have no idea what happened to it all, Mars. Not a clue. After your ha ha ha, I didn't see anything else. But anyways, I am going to paint this whole side chartreuse. And we can go over that in white again, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know what I was thinking. Trying to complicate things, I guess. There we go. But I think the texts are working now. I don't know what the heck happened. Maybe it was something I hit that I didn't realize. Okay. I think we're going to leave the top white, but we can always go over that. All right, let's get this dried off so we can put another coat or two on. Are the texts working now? And Steve, hopefully these videos kind of help take your mind off of a lot of stuff and kind of, be a little escape, because I know from experience taking care of people can be very tough, and especially if it's a loved one, it can be very daunting and really kind of get to you a little bit. Sometimes these patients I take care of at work really kind of gets to you after a while when you start gaining a rapport and you start getting a kind of relationship with the family a little bit, and they get to know you and you get to know them. It kind of takes it on you a little bit. And that's kind of attributed to a lot of burnout, I think, with a lot of healthcare providers and caregivers. But that's just my opinion. Well, I'm glad they do, Steve. Fortunately, my computer broke, so I don't have any way of putting any good, like long videos, like 30-minute videos on actually making lures. And I really don't feel like using my phone. It does. And honestly, I think I had this talk with a coworker actually about, how some of us get into this field. And I think it depends whether it's your second career or your first, and if you really wanted to do it from the very beginning. Like, I worked as a bedside nurse for, it's got to be 10 years, and maybe more. I've been doing this since 2007. Either A, as a bedside nurse, or B, as a nurse practitioner. And the first time I got into it, it was more or less to kind of help take care of my family. So money was the first aspect of it. And when you're in your 30s, it's kind of hard to find careers that don't require a ton of schooling to do some of that stuff. But over the years, the more I did it, and you see the impact you make on people's lives at times, and it made it all worthwhile. And then it kind of turned into something that I really enjoyed doing, and thus the reason I just kept pursuing my degrees, was just for that very reason. So so now I'm at a point in my career where I kind of really enjoy doing this. And the burnout does affect you, seeing people in their worst, and sometimes when they're coding and they die or whatever, and you just got to pick up and you got to carry on, and because you got other people that are relying on you to take care of them. So you really got to move on, and sometimes it's good to just kind of get away for a little bit and decompress. Respiratory therapy. those are respiratory therapists are lifesavers as well. You know, there's a lot of things that we can do or we can't do, and you know, the respiratory therapists really help us out. And you know, without them or the nurses, and this job would be almost impossible. It just takes an army of people to take care of one person, and you know, some people realize it, others I don't know if they really do, but you know, it's like I said, I really enjoy it, and I think it's worth. I'm happy I got into the career that I got into. Oh, the wood that I'm using on this lure is cedar. I do have some mahogany that I have already glued together that I'm going to draw up and cut and everything. Let me show you. So I've got some Honduran mahogany that I'm going to make some lures into. I've got them all planed, jointed, glued together, and ready for carving. So those are the next ones. All right, I think I was going to use white. I'm just going to go right across the top here. There we go. Okay. I get my cedar from Home Depot. The other stuff is from woodworking stores, the mahogany. Like Rockler, I think that's a store. How do we want to do this now? I think I'm going to go orange underneath now. I think we'll do that right now. So my cedar comes from Home Depot. If you have a Home Depot by you, or Lowe's, or someplace like that. That's where that wood comes from. Hello, Vinod. Kumar. Hello, all the way from India. Awesome. Very good. Welcome to the channel. That's cool. Yeah, you can use pretty much any wood. I used oak and I don't like it. You know, that one video I did was oak. That lure didn't work worth a darn. It didn't swim at all. Even with all the tuning, no matter how I did it, it didn't work. All right, let's do some orange underneath. And then we'll get started on the head and the stripes and everything. And I'm gonna do fins on this. And I think if you guys have watched my other videos, my live streams, you know I'm probably, in some way, I'm going to complicate this lure. Okay, so fluorescent orange is... Hello, Mr. Kumar. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. So what is that? India and India and what's the other flag? Is that... I don't think that's Pakistan. I'm going to have to look that one up. Adding details. That's a good one. That's a good way to put it. Let's get that dried off so we can add some more coats. Okay. 1 minute. It looks like it. The Lonesome Fisherman is back. Hey, we've got the Lonesome Fisherman, Steve, Mars, Vinod. We got also looks like we've got yeah, this is awesome. And then some of the old original posters are here. There we go, nice and bright. Let's make these colors pop. Okay. So basically, like I said, I'm going to go over all of this back here in white. This will be white, chartreuse, and obviously orange. And then we're going to do our stripes. So let's let this dry off for a second. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh boy. We're going to take our time on this. We're not going to hurt. We're not going to rush this. All right. Let's raise this up a little bit here. There. I think that's better. Okay. So, I think we could probably do our black stripes. What do you guys think? I think we can do the stripes. I think I can probably get started on the stripes. We're going to do 1, 2, maybe 3. Nope. It's called Ice Cold Perch. I think on one of my other one of my first live streams, I think I did a fire tiger. I think I did a fire tiger. I'd have to go back and look through the videos, but I think I did. All right, so I have this template here that I used for stripes on my last one, but this one's going to be my own version of it. This is my own version of the Ice Cold Perch. So now it's time to do our stripes. So we're going to do black for our stripes. I'm going to try to do at least get 3 of them in there. I'm going to try to get 3. Let's get some black paint in this brush. Yeah, there was a day a couple years ago where Steve on West Branch where if you weren't using Fire Tiger, you weren't catching anything. So I always have a Fire Tiger pattern in my box. Okay, here we go. Black stripe. There. Awesome. I have a glide bait from them. Let me see. Here. I did this glide bait. That's from one of their sites. Okay, There. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Steve. One more stripe. Let's get these dried off first. So I know my hands are gonna kind of mess this up. All right. Okay, we got that dried. Now let's do our last one. We're gonna do 3 on here. I've done that, but usually with that masking tape, it's only good for a couple. And this way I can use this repeatedly and I don't have to go through as much tape. There we go. And now the cool thing is if you see these bars here, now we can reference our next one where these bars are. And they usually come out pretty even. Well, I got to give credit to other YouTube videos where they show how to make these templates for reusing. So, got to give credit where credit is due, right? Okay, so now I've got these bars here. So now we're going to try to approximate where those go. So I think we've got it there, just like that. I think that matches. There. Now, there we go. There's pretty even, I would say. Yes, we do. And yep, and that's the best way to do it is either learn by doing, learn by watching, have someone teach you. Trial and errors. The school of hard knocks is always it could be good or bad. I mean, I learned how to ride motorcycles from the school of hard knocks. There we go. Okay, we got that. What do you guys think of that? Pretty even, huh? Pretty even on both sides. And one more time. All right. There we go. Okay. Put some chartreuse in there, maybe. We'll see. Okay, what do you guys think of that? Ah, pretty good? Pretty even? Okay. So now, I'm not done with the stripes. I gotta get everything cleaned off. Yeah, you better learn it right the first time. I mean, typically it's not a matter. I think the second day I had my street bike, it got laid down. Made a pretty bad mistake making a left I hit the throttle too much. I think I felt the bike slip. I don't remember. Um, but it was a nice low side, so it wasn't that bad on me, but it was bad on the bike. And then, what was it, 2 years later, 2.5, maybe 3 years later, I have a car cross a double yellow on me, and I high-sided. But I enjoy riding. I don't do it anymore because now the boat's got a boat in its place. So I haven't ridden in a few years. I miss it. I miss it a lot because I enjoyed it. And people will say, with the profession that I'm in, you think I'd know better about riding a motorcycle. But like I said, I enjoyed them. I loved riding them. I thought they were fun. All right. So now I'm going to do some silver. But what you think are going to be scales are not going to be scales. I'm not using scales. I am going to use this for my stripes. So it's going to go in here like this. And then we're going to paint the silver over this with my stripe template. So it'll kind of be either A, something like that, or B, something like that. My guess is it's going to be something like this. So let's get some silver in the airbrush and let's get started on that. I thought I'd see some people from Europe on here because it's evening in Europe. It's like 5 o'clock or something. I love having you guys on here. It's really not. It's awesome. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. So I think we're just going to do this. I think we're going to do something like that. And let's get that lined up there, like so. And let's spray. I'll make sure I've got silver on there. There we go. Hey, look at that. Are you using one of the Amazon brushes? Or is this one? Or is it that, what do they call it? The Guy Hilary. That looks pretty cool. That is, wow. I like that. That is a really cool effect. And you know, the cool thing about this is the way this black is, and depending upon how this shines, it almost looks like the chartreuse sits up above the black, up above those stripes. It really looks, that's something. I like it. Let's keep going. That is just awesome. Okay. Let's get this all dried off here. Wow, look at that. That is pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. Let's get that dried off. Okay, on to let's do this side. we go. Bam. Thought we were going to put scales on this. Okay. Yes, sir. It is. It's Wicked Pearl Silver from Createx. Let me find the paint. Okay. So there's the color that I'm using. I'm sorry, Wicked Metallic Silver. Not Pearl, I'm sorry, Wicked Metallic. There we go. You know what? I wish I knew. I wish I knew what the problem was with the chat last night. I don't know if it was something that I hit, but I don't have a clue what happened. The color shifts are really neat paints too. I enjoy using those when I do use them. All right. We've got the black. We've got the sides. I think now it's time to work on the head. And I've got my handy dandy stencil. And the head's going to be white. So this is all going to be white right here, and then I'm going to paint the fin in too when we're done with that. But first, I think we're going to put black, and we're going to do that black line first. We're going to do that black line first. Yes, it does. A wise man once did say that. All right, let's get this hairbrush cleaned off. We're going to do some major cleaning on this airbrush for a minute, so just bear with me. So I wonder what the best time to do these live streams are during the day. What is the best time? Is it morning in the afternoon, or is it afternoon, or is it like really late at night? Okay, so I got a little bit of black in the airbrush, and we are going to paint our gill stripe. And remember, I have my marker. This kind of allows me to know where I am putting all this down, so it's all even on both sides. Okay, there's that. Let's do the other side. Okay, there we go. And now it's time to do the white. This template is made from like an index card. And then I take some masking tape or painter's tape and put painter's tape over it, so that way I get a little bit more longevity out of it. This is made from the material, but I also take some regular super thin super glue and I kind of soak the paper in super glue, so hopefully it's a little bit more durable. Okay. I know my times when I do them are highly variable, but that's all based on my job. I do have some thin plastic material, but it's pretty hard for me to cut with the scissors I have. So this is a lot easier, so that's what I've been doing. And you can get that template material to make templates. You can get that at Hobby Lobby or any other craft store. Now let's get some reducer because we want this to be nice and thin. We're going to do this for a little bit. All right. So now it's time to do the head and the tail of the lure. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the top with a nice thin black stripe to kind of tie it all in together. Try it. I bet that would work. I bet that would work really, really good. You'd have some really nice stripes and stuff. Okay. There we go. Nice, awesome. Hobby Lobby is it's like one of my favorite stores. I love going in there for all this stuff. the paints, the epoxies, all that stuff. And hey, look at that. We got a nice thin black line. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. We're going to do the other side, but I want to get this dried off. I think it's looking pretty good so far. Oh, let's do that fin. While we had this in place, we should have done the fin. Because obviously I'm putting a fin in this. You guys know that's a given. I think Hobby Lobby's probably got to be like one of the best stores around, especially for what we do. We're making and hobbies and things like that, like crafts or whatever. Hobby Lobby is just an awesome store. Okay, let's get our fin. There we go. Okay. Are you taking off, fisherman? You have a great day if you are. Oh boy, I got lucky on that one. I don't think I've taken a day off from this. Okay, now it's time to do some weight on the back. Shoot. There we go. All right. How's that? I haven't sold any in a little while. I've sold a few here and there, but yeah. So there's one there. We're not done with it yet. I got to do the fins. We got to paint the fins, and I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to orange, and then the chartreuse. Maybe put a little bit of gold at the bottom, like underneath it all. Put some gold. What do you guys think of gold or silver? Silver, 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 silver. Silver. It is getting there. I got to touch this up with the airbrush right here with some chartreuse. We'll do that at the very end. But I think silver. What do you guys think? Silver here? There. Silver? Gold? Okay. Let's hope I have some. Oh, I wanted more white. Darn it. I gotta do more white. So I want to put more white back here. All right, here we go. Because I really need that white to pop back here. Okay. All right. Let's get all that dried off. And now we'll do silver on the fins. Well, these airbrushes, let me tell you, sometimes they can be a big pain in the butt. Gold. Gotta find some gold. Yeah, the cheap ones are especially tough. This one wasn't that cheap. This was, I mean, for me, it's pretty expensive. I think I spent over $100 on it. But probably end up getting another one eventually. All right, let's do some gold. And then I think we'll do some gold accents. If I have it, we'll do some gold accents on the head too. What do you think? Think that'll work? How about we use a wicked pearl copper instead? All right. Yep, copper it is. It looks good. It looks right. Okay. All right, Steve. Have a good day. You have a good day, Steve. Thanks for stopping by. It's much appreciated. There we go. Okay, there's that. Okay, now I want to take my template here and we're going to put some of that copper right across here. There we go. I think that looks pretty cool. Any other colors I should use on top of that? Maybe a brown and go over it really light, or just keep it like that. I'm thinking of keeping it just like that. Let's try that off. I mean, because the original pattern just calls for a plain white head. And you know how we can't just leave that alone. We have to do something, right? Okay, so here we go. Okay. There we go. I don't think I'm going to put any more. I think I'm just going to leave that just like that. I'm going to try to stick to the original pattern a little bit, but just put out my own special touches on it. My own details. Okay. Now, the fun part, fins. Okay, so we said we're going to do a couple colors on these. Get this hairbrush cleaned off. Now I want to go over that gold with some orange and some chartreuse. I'm thinking of doing it maybe with a crinkle. I don't know. Probably not. We're just going to keep it original. We'll just keep it simple. Okay. We're going to do orange first. Just need a couple drops of orange. There. Take our template. I don't want to lose that gold. I don't want to lose that gold, that copper. So we're just going to go very light. And just like that. Just a hint of color. We're going to do that on the other side too. Okay, so let's do the other side. And again, we're going to go right on the bottom, and I just want just a hint of color. I don't want it to stand out. Just a hint. Just a hint of color. There. Okay. Okay, Lonesome Fisherman, you have a great day. Thank you very much, and thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Okay, so it looks like we're nearing the home stretch here. Get these fins done. I'm going to touch up that chartreuse where it's all dark and cloudy. Okay, we're going to go with some chartreuse. Okay. All right, good. Let's put this on, and then I want to take this right on top. Again, we just want a hint of the chartreuse. There, just like that. Okay, so looks pretty cool. I like that. And let's do this one. There we go. Got a nice little shade there. I like that. And now the challenging part is I need to touch all that up. So let's get that touched up real quick here. Let's get the airbrush cleaned off so we can use the true chartreuse color. Okay, so now the challenging part. It looks orange to me still. Darn it. No, okay, good. get that dried off. And it's time to actually paint the fins and get the rays in. Okay. And we're going to use black paint as we usually do. Get the airbrush. Wow, oh my god, this whole thing. Okay. All right, a little bit of black. Okay, and let's get this done. Okay. Very light. Darn it. Okay. Very delicate part. Shading this in here. And then going around here. Okay.
What are you doing?
Hello, I'm painting, doing a video.
Come on, you gotta get your shoes. Ooh.
Okay. Here we go. And we'll do the other side. Okay. Let's get this other. Oh man. Oh well. My hands did all that.
Look, look. What are you doing?
Concentrating. Trying to paint.
What are you doing?
He's painting. Go. Come on, let's go wait for your bus. Come on, let's go wait for your bus. Yeah, I know, it's bright. Come on.
Little fucker. Okay. All right, now the tough part is doing all the shading now. Okay, very good. Here we go. Okay, and now I'm gonna paint a white or black stripe down the top. There we go. Okay, now it's time to put the eyes in. So let's get some glue. What? They're outside. And I got these really cool eyes I made. Glass. Look at that. That's a really cool eye. Let's put that eye, let's get that put in. Just like that. And the other side. And then we'll get it signed. There's the other eye. There we go. Okay. Oh, we got to put some red. I'll put some red down here in our little red dot. Okay, so transparent bright red. We're going to do some bloody gills. Okay. There. I want to put a little bit over here. There. And then we need a little red dot. There we go. I think that's looking pretty darn good. Push those back a little bit more. Okay, so there we go. We're going to get it signed, and then we're going to put our epoxy on it, and we're going to call this thing complete. Okay, let's get this signed. And 5 of 25. There we go. Now it's time for some epoxy. Okay, let's get some epoxy on this. Let's take this stuff off so we can epoxy it. And you can see what this layer looks like prior to the epoxy. Oh, we want to leave that on. We want to take this one off here. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So there's the lure so far. I think it looks pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with it. Got some nice fins. Some cool looking eyes. So let's put some epoxy on this. It's getting pretty full. We'll use this to mix it. Let's grab our scale. As you've seen in other videos, it's been a 1-to-1 mix, so that's what we're going to do, 1-to-1 mix. We are going to use some Bob Smith Industries 30-minute slow cure epoxy. I usually use that for my first coat, and then I may use this again, or I may use my clear cast epoxy for my final coat. I think we're going to put some glitter in this too. Yeah, let's put some glitter in it. .7. There we go, 6.7. Okay, now we just have to find some glitter. And what glitter do I want to use? I mean, chartreuse and orange. What do you think? Chartreuse and orange. Let's use a little bit of orange here. I've got some orange. And we're going to add some, I know I have chartreuse somewhere. I thought I did. Yep, I do. No. I really want to put some glitter on here, but I can't find any that I want to use. All right, we'll use this. We'll use what's left in here. Okay, so let's get it mixed. We're nearing the final stages of this paint job. And that's putting the epoxy on, and then we'll have it under rotisserie. Okay. Let's get a brush. This is 30-minute epoxy. We have a little bit of time to work with this, so I'm not in any big hurry. Okay. So what I also like to do with these, and this allows the epoxy to flow a lot better, is I like to heat it up, the lure. Those eyes look really good. I mean, this lure looks amazing. Okay, here we go. All right, let's move this out of the way. Let's get this in the foreground, and let's get this. See how nice and easy that spreads out. How nice and easy that is. This is just our initial coat. I don't want to go very heavy on it. This is the coat where everything pops that you see. Look at the scale. Look at the scales in those stripes. Look at that. I mean, this is a awesome lure. I like it. Maybe I'll keep this one for myself. Just these colors just pop. Isn't that amazing? How beautiful this lure is. Yes, this is it. This is awesome. This is just well, I can't describe how awesome this is looking at this and just knowing how far I've come from those humble beginnings of those horrendous crankbaits that I made. Didn't work, but I thought they were good. To this. Yep. What happened there? Okay. Let's put that back on. This is a really good. I like this. Those eyes, the detail in those eyes, the subtle detail in the head, the fins. This is a really good lure. Okay. All right, so I think we have enough epoxy on here. I think. Looking at it in the light, I can't really tell. Looks like we've got everything covered. Looks like it. Yeah, looks like we have everything covered. All right, let's get this on rotisserie. Okay. All right, I think we've done it a few rotations. So let's hit this with some heat. Here's another one we did. That one's ready for paints. Just gotta get sanded a little bit. Oh, there's a little bit there. Let's put that out. Let's get that spread out there. Like that. Good. Okay. Now let's see what happens. All right, well, so I just want to thank everybody for watching this video, joining in, chatting, interacting, all that stuff as I painted this lure. So don't forget, if you like this video and the painting and everything like that, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then share my videos with your friends, because a lot of them show a lot of musky videos of painting and making musky lures. So, all right. Well, I just want to thank everybody for joining in and watching, and I hope you all have a great day.